up. Why do you think worship is now such a, I don't want to say a thing, but there seems to be an audience for it?
Well, you know what? I think what people are looking for and hungry for, they can't be fed by with just entertainment. Yeah. I think worship is becoming more mainstream because people really do want an authentic encounter with Jesus Christ. So it's not so much about the music or the artist. It's more so about the desire for a direct connect. Yeah. No pass-throughs anymore. People want to feel like when they lift their hands, they can tap right into the presence of the Holy God. And that's what it's all about.
Listen, you are a recording artist, but I think a lot of people may or may not know you have always been, like myself, a worship leader, like full-time, like for real.
Yeah, my dad's a pastor, so, you know, when I knew I was a human on earth, I was in a pew at a church, you know. That's all I've ever known, and so worship wasn't a music style, it was who we were. Right. It's what we've done all of our lives. But we do it every Sunday, and every Sunday I get to rehearse my private worship in a public setting, and so I love it. It's not a music form. It's really what I love to do.
Yeah, so this is not something, you didn't pick a genre and just say, oh, this is hot now.
Oh, no, that connection, that worship connection is essential to any believer. And so once you know who Jesus is, you want to have that fellowship, and that's what we call worship.
But I've seen you literally take all types of genres, all types of music styles. It sounds like there's classical in there and all that kind of stuff. Where does that stuff come from?
You know what? My upbringing allowed me to study classically and study Broadway and all those styles. But more importantly, there's a scripture in the Bible that I love that says that we become all things to all men, that we might save some. Paul said it. It basically, for me, means all that experience of Broadway and classical and music theater and blues and all of that, all of those things can be used once I knew who Jesus was to reach people. Yeah. You know, and I think he who wins souls is wise. And so the wise thing to do is not just to shove it on the shelf. There was no God does nothing without intent. So the fact that I had that experience means he intends to use that for his glory. And so I just love to be able to do it.
I like that. God does nothing
without intent. There's intention behind everything that he does. Yeah. So, you know, you go to school and you study classical, you think God doesn't want to use that to reach people who need to hear God that way? Absolutely he does. He's intentional. You know what GW is doing? GWE is connecting believers across the world. Come on. There's a scripture, another scripture, I'm sorry.
Come on, that's good. That means you know the word.
Yeah, absolutely. That says that where the spirit of unity is, God commands a blessing there. So in other words, wherever we get on one accord, whether that's by TV or internet, however you're watching GWE, if you get on one accord, God will command a blessing, not just on those who are here, but on everybody who is watching. Yeah. He commands a blessing in the spirit of unity. So that's what GWE is all about. Yeah.